of a day, you ensure that you're doing something which is related to fitness or your, fitness regime, or you can make it a family fun time. You can make it something which is very interesting, something you like dance, yoga, or something like that. So here in our sessions, we do a lot of things where we are training our kids to bounce back in life. Not only to bounce back in life, how to adapt to a pressure and to enjoy the pressure, how to thrive while you're bouncing back in life, not to take that as a stress, and how to being strengthened in the adverse situation in life. So there is a proper training as a coach that we give. And also please understand that kids are observing you throughout. So children do not do what you say, kids always do what you do. So there are few practices which we need to understand. Now my question to you is that, are your kids having a mentor in their life? By mentor, I do not mean the school teachers, because they are only assigned to do the job of teaching a subject. And if they are doing that job fantastically, they do not have time to do something else, because the courses and the syllabus is very wide. If they complete their own syllabus, that's more than enough. We need to have a mentor in our kids' life with whom they can actually share what's happening, what's not happening. Here, the parents cannot be a mentor or a coach. If they become a parent, that is by themselves is a great job that they need to do. There has to be a third dimension. That's called Mata Pita Guru Devam in India, where there is a third pillar as Guru. We all know in India, Dronacharya Award is the highest award of a coach that is given to a trainer, because Dronacharya created Arjun. But we know the story that Dronacharya could not create Ashwatthama. As a parent, he had failed when he tried to train his own child. So we need to assign a coach to our kids. If it is missing in their lives, then they are not going to learn a lot of things. Another situation which we want to share quickly with you is that today's day, in this kind of stress, we need to associate our kids into some kind of creative hobby, because whenever we are associating them with a hobby, their creative juices in their mind are getting, the dormant brain is getting activated, and they are able to think creatively. They are able to vent out their emotion, and they're able to come out of the kind of situation they're falling into. For that, we have designed this special summer skill camp, which we have, very successfully gone through. And it has we were fortunate enough to engage a lot of celebrity coaches who are fantastic in their own fields. We have very less time because Ankit Tanna is just going to start another class. So before I go ahead, I will ask Ankit Tanna to please unmute and talk for 2 minutes what our courses, why our courses, and how it provides. Over to you, Ankit.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everybody.
Hi, Ankit.
Like Anandita ma'am mentioned, we have this course going on. We have been doing it since the past last year now. And what I do is I'm a celebrity dance coach, and I have trained with a lot of Bollywood celebrities and trained under my guru Shamak Dawar for many years now. And we train the kids not only to dance, but also we give them dance education. So the education part is very important for the kids, as to for them to understand what they are learning and how they are learning it and why they are learning, and what difference does it make to their life after learning how to dance and how to do the physical activities and do the physical exercises. It also helps them mentally to be fresh, to be happier, and to be more energized throughout the day. So our summer camp, the dance classes that we do in the summer camp, we do 3 to 4 sessions in a month. uh, and what we teach them is, every class they learn one new style, and they do a dance workout as well, so that the exercise, the workout that they do, that helps them to keep them physically fit. And then we teach them a new song every class. And then towards the end of the month, what I make the kids do is do like a mashup, like a medley of all the dances that they have done, and perform it as a presentation for their friends and their families. So that again is another excitement which is added to the whole program, that whatever they learn, they know in their head that eventually they are going to perform it for somebody. So that also, that whole excitement of learning and that whole process of going through that whole entire month of training, helps them to become better dancers as well as become more physically fit and more mentally happier. So this program of ours is not only like I said, dance related, but it's dance education. So the education is very important as well relating to this. uh, if anybody has any questions regarding how the dance classes are going to happen or anything regarding dance, you can always feel free to ask me. And Anandita ma'am, I would like to give it over to you if you would like to ask me anything regarding the dance classes.
So how was your experience with the kids with our, workshop that you have seen? How was the transformation that you have seen in our kids?
So I initially when we started this, we had a lot of kids joining in, and we had a lot of kids who were interested and who already enjoyed dancing. So it was easier and it was fun to teach them. But what was more enjoyable, what was more fun is when we had certain kids who are very shy and they were very new to this whole online program. So they did not know what this new life is about. And to train them and to help them get used to this whole online program, how to switch on basic things like how to put on your mic, put off your mic while talking, put on your video, make sure you're seen properly on the screen, all those basic things were taught to them. So that was very interesting. And then to see the progress of the child who is being very shy on camera and then coming out towards the end of the course, coming out and performing like a proper dance show in front of the camera, in front of such a huge audience, that was an achievement for me. That is when I felt content that they have learned and grown out of their shy, and they're not in their uncomfortable zone. They are now opened up, and they've also made friends online. So even the other kids, they've all met friends. We made groups of them. We've had group activities as well. So they've contacted each other and become friends, and it's great to see this whole new change in the child after the end of the whole course. Because initially when they come, they are nervous, they are scared. So we as trainers, we as coaches understand uh, how the child is progressing and how we can help them to overcome this fear of uh, being shy, and getting at a better comfortable stage where they are more confident in life, which also helps them in their studies and in their academics, because that also in their school also they become a little more confident like that. So that was a very great experience for me to see the whole change in the child.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ankit. You were asking something, Sudhir?
Yeah, I was going to ask the question that he answered just now. So thank you for answering the question without asking. I was going to ask you about the same situation. Like, if the person is not interested, how do you get them involved in the session? Because the primary interest of that person is not there in the activity. How do you engage them in that activity? That was my question.
And Sudhir, that is what Ankit is sharing, is that it is one of our achievement to see the gradual transformation happening. And why it happens so easily out here is that we don't impose compulsion on the child in the beginning itself, that you have to put your video on, you have to learn and all. We give them that space where they feel that they're accepted the way they are. First of all, we need to accept every human being the way they are and the way they are not. Another thing, I'm sorry, Chandrankit, I am stealing it from you, but I have heard something this very beautiful from Chandrankit, that, being nervous and being shy is natural. So being confident and being, communicative is something that is not natural for a human being, which we need to imbibe and get trained. And that's what our coaches are there for. It needs practice, it needs hand-holding, and it needs complete training. And, Ankit, they have the kind of exposure. Now, Shamak Davar have been training the kids and other people all over the world. So they have been trained in a certain manner how to interact first. So the first thing we need to understand about kids is that kids only learn from those people whom they love. They do not want to learn from people who are getting bossy and imposing. I'm so happy and I'm so proud to share with you that all my coaches are such that our kids don't only love them, they become their fan. So Ankit sir is missed like anyway. The ones the classes are over, we keep on getting messages. Chandra Ankit sir kab aayenge, Navnita ma'am kab aayenge. Can we meet Ankit sir one more time? We have to give them one access again to the next class. You can come for the next class as a free session, so that they they stay in touch. So that is what we have gained as our perks. You can say that is the kind of bonding we create with the kids. So thank you so much, Ankit sir. I know you have a class, so you may leave right now, and we will get back. We are planning another good event next weekend with Amarnath ji's help and Sudhir ji's help. So I will be informing it to you about that. And thank you so much again for taking our time. And Ankit is already training across the border. He is training in which other countries you're training right now into?
In the US, in Florida, I have a group training over there, and in Spain.
Yeah, so Florida and Spain, he's already conducting classes online. So thank you so much, Ankit. And
thank you, everybody. It was great talking to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ankit. Thanks.
Thank you. So just bringing it forward, ma'am, there is a ma'am, Mohini ma'am, who has asked me that whether we are having this kind of session across in other countries. Yes, ma'am, we do have. And you are in Germany. We just have to see how the time matches out there. This session we are conducting specially for the overseas people with the time zone which is right now there, and we will design it in such a way that it is comfortable for you to attend and have this kind of session. So we'll send you the details very soon. Now the next is that naturally after the class we have Chandrankit Sharma, who is not only a magician and mentalist, he is also a TED Talk speaker. And he, through his magic session, he does not only teach how to do magic tricks, he educates the child how to create and be creative and go beyond only one trick, how to create his own tricks and own magic world together. Not only that, he also trains them into body language and being confident on stage. So just to learn more about what he actually does, we will listen to him for 1 or 2 minutes. Over to you, Chandra.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, ma'am, for that introduction. Yes, I'm a magician, I'm a mentalist, I'm a speaker, and this is actually in perfect alignment with my social goals. So, I really thought that the creativity is now being boxed in. I mean, in schools and colleges and everywhere, it's been told to all the students in case this is the way to study, this is the way to crack the exam, this is the exam you need to crack, this is how you have to do the job. But then I realized there is always a better way. There is always a better way to do things. There is always a faster way to learn things. Yes. And then being in one of the most creative art forms here in magic, I realized it is very important to widen the perspective, because it makes things simple for us. Essentially, as a magician, what we are doing is we are trying to do something which is impossible and make it possible. Now, when we do this, it actually makes us to solve a lot of problems. Now, along with like studies, like I'm a gold medalist in mechanical engineering. I was gold medalist in National Mathematics Olympiad. Gold medalist at group headquarters levels, and I was into dancing, I was into university level competition and everything like that. And I realized why I was able to do this along with studies when my friends could not. So it is very important that you need to have that perspective towards things. Now, magic essentially teaches a lot of things. The most important things magic taught me, I realized, was patience and dedication. Like any other art form, you need to put a lot of patience and dedication, because when you practice, it will take time. And that actually sort of gave me an advantage to train my mind in such a way that when I do something, be it anything, like from studies to dancing, sports or anything, I put in my time, dedication and patience into it. Now, a lot of parents actually ask me this question, or I have seen a lot of parents telling about their kids, don't get involved so much into sports or so much into, dancing, so much into any hobby, because it will affect your studies. this is actually a myth. It doesn't work that way. It actually helps you to train your mind in a better way, and make it mold it in such a way that you are really able to do things in a different way. I sort of think like that, because also from magic, like, people only think that it is for entertainment. And when we think about magic, what comes to your mind? Like, if I ask you, have you seen any magic show? Now, the image that is flashing in your mind right now is a person in a flashy clothes with safa, with flowers and doves. Yes, I see Amarnath sir really thinking that way. Yes, and this is how it happens. This is how it happens. But magic is magic has a very great functional aspect which people do not know. As a magicians, we are really, really good at communicating. We are really good with body language. बोलते हैं ना कि हाथ की सफाई. If you have heard about this term, हाथ की सफाई, that is actually essential part of body language. कि एक हाथ कुछ कर रहा होगा तब तक दूसरा हाथ, it will do something that you will not realize. So we really have that control. We are really good with assumptions. We are really good with awareness. We are good with influencing minds. And these things are now really, really essential in the real world out there. Because when you go to an interview, when you sit along with someone, you want to, you want to impress them, you want to mold their mind. Now, magic can be an essential tool there to learn everything, to do these things. And not only just this, like, magic can be applied from studies to, business, anything sort of that. So this is where I kick in. This is where I kick in. A lot of people feel that I am going to teach magic. No, I'll not teach magic. I am going to teach how to create magic in everything that you do. So it's that. I'll be talking about body language. I'll be talking about confidence on stage. And yes, of course, I'll be talking about how to look things in a different way. So this is gonna enhance and make you successful and whatever you do. So this is what we will be doing a lot. I'm so sorry I cannot turn my camera on right now, but surely we are going to connect again. I'll be explaining things in a wider way the next time we meet. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chandrankit. Chandrankit had a very, another online program yesterday, which ended very late at night, but still he agreed to come and join us out here. So I would like to just repeat one thing that Chandrankit had said, reinstate that he is a gold medalist in National Olympiad Maths, and he is a gold medalist in engineering. That is a real proof that when you take your hobby as a passion seriously, how your brain cells supports you in excelling in your academics also. We will also have Anushri Malhotra, who is a celebrity designer, who is going to teach the kids how to use natural ingredients and natural block printing and do things by yourself at home and to let the creative juices flow. So she has been working with a lot of people who are well known in this industry of celebrity industry out here. We also have Navnita Mukherjee. Navnita Mukherjee is a PR by profession, but by passion, she is a baker and she's an amazing cook. She does not only teach the kids into learning how to bake and cook, but she inculcates the love for cooking, which is one of the basic life skill I feel has to be there in every kid today, because the world is getting global. Kids are going to places to pursue their studies, their career option, and they cannot survive on junk food or ordered food or packaged food. So if they learn how to love to cook, they would be self-dependent on this basic life skills. We are fortunate to have again Navnita with us to share her experience and why it is essential. Over to you, Navnita, and sorry for keeping you waiting for so long. So please go ahead. Yes.
Thank you so much, Anidhi. So basically, I've been associated with this summer camp for, I think, all the sessions that we've done so far. And if I'm correct, we've already finished 5, correct? So my experience overall, for me, why it is important that kids join a camp like this is because you are given an opportunity to see what interests you. So when we were growing up as children, we went to school. We had so many opportunities that were given to us in terms of, needlework, may it be sports, may it be woodwork, for the boys, needlework for the girls. So as a result, what happens is somewhere in the back of your mind, you know that if there is nothing, I have needlework or I have some kind of a hobby or some kind of a passion that will keep me engaged. But if you don't have a skill, then you're always dependent on the exterior part of the world to help you be engaged. Either that is your friends, and if they don't meet you, then you're upset, or it is spending money, going to the mall, seeing a movie. So what happens is essentially you are just becoming a consumer. What is most important for us to understand here as parents, I am also a parent of an 11-year-old. So what I have identified, although there's so much I need to still learn about parenting, but a few things over the years that I have gathered is that if the child is consistently only consuming, what happens is that the creative, just give me a minute. The creative mind becomes.
So somewhere she has lost the connection immediately. So I would just want to again add up to this is that what Chandrankit also said is that a lot of parents are complaining about my kids are not able to focus, concentrate and complete the work in hand. They always want to shift to something else. They don't have patience. Major thing that these hobbies teach them is to be in patience and to complete the work in hand and give that kind of respect. And what Nobonita was rightly stating is that here in this platform, when they try so many hobbies, now they understand what is the best one for them to continue further. So they have a sense of all the hobbies. They try it with the best of the coaches, and then they pick up one to pursue further. It is essential to pursue a hobby in your life, not only to get relaxed and to get refreshed again, but also to understand that if the child is not attached to something so creative, he is going to fall on to gadgets, to virtual world of friends, asking for appreciation and acclamations, and thriving on these kind of virtual life in their in their life. So the more they get into those virtual world, it becomes very difficult for them. Or else either they're consumer, they're into a lot of video gaming and on either shopping or spending money on something which is not required. So these kind of things which really helps them. So that is there. Yes, Chandrankit, you wanted to add something?
Yes, just to add to that, this is very interesting. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I started performing when I was 7, and then during the course of my time after for a brief period, I was working with a corporate, and then I again started it in a grander professional way. Now, a lot of people ask me this: how you knew you want to do magic? How you knew you want to be a magician? Now, this is a very common question that everybody asks me. Even my friends ask me, "Yaar, how do you know that you didn't want to do the job, you wanted to be a magician?" Now, the answer that I always suggest this to people is, you will only know what you're good at or what you want to do when you do a lot of things, when you are into a lot of things, when you have a lot of hobbies, when you at least try a lot of things. So this is one of the ways we can do it. Like in this camp, what we are doing is we are actually giving an opportunity to explore these all different things, so that at least your mind has got that different flavors to know about. So you can actually select which flavor you like. Yes, that is one of the great things that we are doing in this camp. Yes, thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much for adding that. That really means a lot. Yes, over to you, Nobonita. We have lost you.
Sorry, I got disconnected. Yes. So what I was saying is that there are essentially two things that I've identified, that as children, if we are taught to be either consumers or we are taught to be producers. Now, what's important for us to understand is there's no problem or there's no harm in consuming. It's just that the end happiness after consumption is very limited. compared to a producer who is producing, the end happiness is far, far more. And that is more than, maybe the amount of money you make. And at the end of the day, it's always about creativity, it's about keeping your mind happy, and creating or producing and making things makes you happy. So yes, I am professionally a public relations consultant, and I've taken up baking only after I became a mother, only because my son is an extreme foodie. So just to satisfy him, I started baking, but I realized that this is something I love doing, and I can do this for the rest of my life happily. If you leave me in my kitchen, I'll be the most happiest. So I think as children, we are, as parents, it is our duty to give children the opportunity to at least explore what they like, and then we leave it to them to understand and see what they want to take forward in their life or as a passion. So this summer skill camp basically gives us the opportunity to provide our children with those kind of skill sets like dancing or calligraphy. Calligraphy is such an amazing piece of art which is so understated, but I have really bad handwriting and my son is very good with calligraphy. So all my baking products that I send a note, my son writes those for me. Because my handwriting is so bad. Maybe if I would have got an opportunity to learn calligraphy, I would have had a good, I could do my own notes and they would look pretty. So small things like this make such a big difference, in your personality, in the way you think, in your creativity. So yes, this summer skill camp is a great opportunity for parents to give a platform to their child to pick up whatever they like and then maybe pursue that. Like Chandrankit is a full-time magician mentalist. It's amazing. He's an engineer, but he's doing that. And kudos to his parents who gave him this opportunity and who allowed him to pursue his dreams. So yeah, this is, I think, a fantastic opportunity, and one should take make full use of it. And that's it from my end. If you have any questions about how it's conducted, I'm very happy to answer.
So how it's conducted, I would just mention here that she makes the kids go do this yummy snacks and desserts and all, but all of them are completely vegetarian and completely eggless also. So we make sure that we do things which everybody can approach and have you can attend. So that's why we have designed it in such a way. It is completely eggless and vegetarian food that we are teaching our kids into doing. So that is one thing which I would like to specially mention, because that should not be a barrier of not attending a certain class, right? So
absolutely.
Yes. Any question you have, you can ask.
And we cook along. So I cook and they see, and they also cook with me. So it's a very interesting concept, and they are so excited, the children. And the best part is when they don't have an ingredient and I give them the alternative, they are so happy because they always think that, oh, agar ye banana hai, to ye 5 cheezein honi zaruri hai. Haan, maybe 2-3 things are important to have, which are the basics. But अगर वो 2 और चीजें एडिशनल है, ऑप्शनल है, या आप उनको रिप्लेस कर सकते हैं, तो that makes such a difference in the child's confidence that I can think on my feet, I can change the maybe option, and I can still make something that that I can present on the table. So that is also another skill that this summer camp teaches you. There's always so much of option available. We are so closed in our heads that we think, acha ye 5 cheezein nahi hai to nahi banani hai humko. Nahi, but if you don't have those 5, I'm sure there's always a replacement, and you can always make something with that replacement which might even taste better. So that is something, breaking the barriers, that mindset, that conditioning needs to be out.
Absolutely. And if you can see in this picture, these 2 kids these are our participants. And right on this rightmost corner, the little one is only 4.5 years old. And his elder brother is 6 years old, who had made cookies themselves. So each of our coaches have designed their program in such a way that they don't only teach directly what they're teaching, but in that process they're teaching them how to be independent, how to respect food for that if it is for Navanita, how to respect the way your mom is cooking, your parents are cooking and dishing out the food for you every day. It's not that you are supposed to have, you have to have a gratitude, and they will understand the kind of effort that goes into it. And also they have started having love and respect for it and a variety of it. And also, as Navanita has mentioned, that they start thinking about options. They don't get stopped by not having certain things. So when you start thinking about what next, what is possible, so that is our basic training that we look out for. So this is something which every coach looks into, that they teach beyond their own core subject, and there is something as an undercurrent going as a teaching. So apart from this, we also thank you so much, Navanita, for participating here. And it really added a lot of value and clarity to our parents.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nandita.
Thank you.
It's a life skill, actually. We should teach the cooking to the kids. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's a necessity. It's not a choice.
Yeah.
Yes, that. And both the kids, like whether it doesn't really matter which gender the kid is into.
No. If they go to hostel or something, they have to know the cooking, and especially if the kids' family, if they are vegetarian, they don't have any option outside. So they have to cook their food.
And not only they need to know how to cook, they need to also start having love for cooking, because the energy with which you cook, that energy gets into your food, and that food gets into your body, and that food creates the cells in your body which you're carrying for the rest of your life. So you cannot.
वो हिंदी में एक कहावत है, पता है? वो हिंदी में एक बोलते हैं, जैसे खाएंगे जैसा खाएंगे अन्न वैसा बनेगा मन.
Yes. And also in English, it is said that you become the food that you eat. So gradually,
Yes,
so you have to understand the energy that gets into your body. So that's very important. So going forward, we also have Jitesh Patil with us, who is a celebrity photographer and videographer. He teaches the kids how to use the photography techniques of the mobile and the videography in the best possible way, how to beautifully present things around you, how to beautify things. Not only that, here we have teamwork going on. So we give assignments to the kids to do video movies together as a team, but sitting at their own home. They don't meet physically. Still, they come up with brilliant video movies where they're connecting to each one of them. They're doing the teamwork. So here they learn how to do teamwork, how to manage things, how to edit things. So there is a lot of skill beyond photography and videography that Jitesh talks about. We have a very interesting session called Money Wise, where Abhishek Agarwal talks to the kids how to select between want and need. So that's very important to understand how to select between want and need. So that's there. Chandrankit, you wanted to say something? Please go ahead if you wanted to add something.
Yes. When you were talking about, and Navanita ma'am was talking about food and everything, and I do see all the status of beautiful dishes that you put, ma'am. That's so lovely.
Yeah, yummy dishes, and the way they present is amazing. Like, we don't expect kids to do that kind of dishes. And as Navanita has told that she cooks along with the kids. The kids cooks along. So it's not sitting and writing down the recipe. It's not a theory class. We make them do it right then and there and have an experience about it.
Yes. So talking about this, talking about food and what we are essentially doing in this summer camp. Now, like when I talk about perspectives and, the creativity, cooking not only teaches us about the taste, it also gives a lot of idea to us about the world cultures, the flavors. It also teaches you about budgeting, like how to make think in that way. It also, like, apart from the nutritional aspect and everything, you actually learn a lot about these things which we talk about in the summer camp. Now, these are some perspectives that I wanted to throw, because a lot of people miss on these things, because a lot of people just feel कि cooking तो सबको आनी चाहिए because खाना important है. Apart from that, what we are doing is this. Like, we are talking about all these things. So this is pretty interesting. And I remember when last year we were starting this summer camp, and me and Anandita ma'am and everyone was in discussion, and we realized everybody is talking about COVID, everybody's talking about economy, everybody's talking about, you know, business going down and everything, because nobody was actually talking about kids. Because as kid, in 6 to 16 years, we never thought we will not get to go out. Mele mein jaane ko nahi milega. We'll not get to go out and eat food, meet our friends and everything. So we essentially wanted this thing to be a really important time for kids, because this is the time where the body and the mind grows the best. And then again, of course, we can train our mind. We can train our mind by solving puzzles, by doing math sums and everything. But why not make it interesting so that people actually like it, so that kids actually enjoy it and they want more of it? Like ma'am said, we had these classes from 4 and kids used to log in just by 3:45, and even earlier than that. They were so excited for this. And we just planned for the first batch initially because we were all exploring the virtual world. We ended up doing 3 in the same time. We completed. We are in the process of 5th one. And like, this is so amazing. Like, I really want to thank Anandita ma'am for giving me this opportunity to be part of this and making this really fun and interesting for all of us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chandrakit. That's again a very important input, and that also reminds me of saying, sharing with you see, there's a lot of videos available on YouTube on recipes, on cooking, how we are different. So we are not training the kids only into recipes. We are training the kids into a lot of, you know, life skills through these classes, which is never available on pre-recorded videos. Right? We are not directly only teaching them how to cook, which is always available. All the knowledge are available, but the training, the hand-holding, the coaching, the reactions, the satisfaction, these are not available when we are talking about pre-recorded videos. Now, going forward, we are talking about, we were talking about Abhishek. Now here, it's very essential that at a tender age, the kid need to learn how to value money, how to value where they need to spend, how to differentiate between want and need. I will just give you a very simple example in Indian rupees out here. I do not know how it is there, but you will see the similar example in McDonald's and all out that side. So here, there is a pouch of 15 grams of Gems chocolate, those colorful chocolates, candies that you have. The 15 gram here cost around 10 rupees a packet. The same 15 grams, they pack it in a plastic ball, which is an attractive plastic ball. Now, the same 15 gram, it cost 50 rupees. Kids tend to buy those, plastic ball gems, thinking that, this is what I want because that is packaged and marketed in that way. Believe me, they go for the ball, but that ball is not even worthy enough for one drop the ball cracks. You cannot even play with that ball. So what you can train your kid is that, can you buy a pouch of Gems, which is only 10 rupees, and another rubber good ball, which you can play with, which is around 15 rupees, and you can save another 25 rupees after that also. So both your intention get fulfilled and you know how to save money. It's very important to make the kids understand how to value money and how to save money at this age, because where they're spending, why they're spending, why I don't have an iPad, other child has, why I don't have a PS5 and other people have. These are the questions they will start answering themselves when they understand this kind of training that happens in a very simplified manner for the kids. As Nobonita was discussing, we have Ajay Sarode with us, who trains the kids into how to start loving your own handwriting by teaching them calligraphy. Not only he teaches them calligraphy, but he also teaches them how to, in calligraphy, when you start designing one letter, you have to break that one letter into several parts. Then only you find one letter. Through that, the child learns how to break down big problems in their life into small parts and solve it. So that's how beautifully, and Ajay Sarode is again a transformational coach himself. So he has a beautiful connect with the kids. He has a lot of patience. Even each one of our coaches, they make sure that though it is a group class, they make sure they personally know each kids. They personally attend to each of the kids and answer their queries and take them, do that hand holding. If we see any of our kid is lagging behind, we make sure that we give a call to them or we interact with them and we solve the problem that they're dealing with personally. So that's the commitment with which we're working. And these are the, whatever you're seeing right now are the things which is done by our kids in the summer camp. So we could only include few of that, having a space constraint, but this is what we could do out here. And majorly, the kids have an opportunity to have learnings and understanding how adventurous life can be, no matter what age you are. This is a session which not only the kids enjoy, but their parents, their grandparents, everybody enjoys, which is conducted by our Swami sir. I have told you he's one of the directors. He was CEO of Bharat Forge, but that is not only what he was. He was leading a very sedentary lifestyle, being an engineer, mechanical engineering, and having, position of CEO. At the age of 63, both his knees got 66. Both his knee got damaged in a very bad way. He went to the doctor, and the doctor said that you need to go undergo a surgery. After the surgery, you will be 90% fit. Now, this sentence had hit him, and he asked the doctors back that what it takes to be 100% fit. The doctor laughed at him and said that at your age, being 90% fit is good enough. He could not take that. And that day he started his journey of fitness. At the age of 63, he started. His challenges was that he was very much overweight. He was over 100 kgs. And with his height ratio, the 100 kgs was much more. He could not even walk for half a kilometer. Tears would roll down his cheeks when he tried to walk. But along with the process and how he trained and conditioned his brain, today he is one of the most famous marathon runner of Pune. And many parts of India, people knows him. He's a celebrity marathon runner. He has completed more than 42 half marathons, and innumerable 10 kilometers. 10 kilometers, he just does like that. He doesn't count. He's a well-known cyclist now. He has completed more than 25,000 kilometers of cycling in only last 3-4 years, I think. So at the age of 72, he is enjoying the life at his best. He has done Everest Base Camp twice. He has done Manali Khardungla uphill tandem cycling with a blind person in his back. And why we want him to share his life with his kids, because he's a person who has walked the path. And he talks from his, real life experiences. And that really gives the kids the, access that if somebody like him can do it, why can't we? So there is so many other way a person can think. So that's called going beyond the barrier of your mind. So rise beyond barrier, what we call it. And we are again fortunate to have Swami sir. And over to you, Swami sir, for 2 minutes talk. So to understand how we conduct this session.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I think, Anindita, we are overshooting the time.
Yes.
Time was only up to 9:30. Most of them may be hungry, I think.
Yes.
They might not have taken their dinner,
right.
or they may be going for sleep. So yes. I think it is okay if Miss I'll be taking in detail session when the kids join. And only, see, Anindita has told everyone about all the detailed story. I will be sharing about some few adventures which I have done, and also, what it takes to overcome all those difficulties, barriers, or mental stoppages which come for the kids as well as the parents or their grandparents. So, I was a very overprotected child in my childhood. So I developed all sorts of fears. And besides that, when I became engineer, there was no time for me to devote time for any of these physical activities. But gradually I started realizing, there is no fun. The fun is there in achievement, in completing the projects on time or cost saving or so many other things. But, the life was quite dull. Absolutely, there was no action in the life other than sight action. So that's where I changed. I took the retirement at the age of 66. And from that time onwards, I started really enjoying scuba diving, paragliding, marathons, cycling, all those things. So, I'll be sharing one of the stories there. And I'll certainly give the access to the children if how they can make themselves do all these actions, whatever is stopping them because of their studies or because of their physical inabilities or anything. Means, they will overcome these barriers. That's it. And see, if there is any question, please let me know, because the time is already, we have overshot the time. Thank you very much. Have a nice dinner.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just wanted to share one realization.
Yes.
This is about the cooking process for the kids, right? Normally in this current age, with all the gaming and apps and everything that they deal with, there is a sense of quick gratification, or that gratification level is quite improved in terms of how soon they can get it. So cooking is one process in which they have to wait for certain things to happen. And that is kind of a teaching that they are getting as a byproduct of cooking. I mean, that is the essence of, I think you guys probably have it, but that's what I could sense or made the connection that, okay, the cooking is not just cooking, but indirectly it's teaching them patience, that immediate gratification that they are used to in this process, because they like the thing that they are cooking, they will know how much it takes to cook that. And that's essentially teaching them how to be patient to do something.
Yeah, patience and respect also for the food. Otherwise, they get everything like, mom-made food quickly.
Absolutely. That's what I was sharing, that a lot of things which our kids that,
thank you, Swami sir also. That was so nice. I mean, I just felt like, when he will teach all those things to the kids, it's like, like we are far away from like India and grandparents. So I just felt like, they will get some values from like, grandpa.
So Swami sir is also known as a Santa.
Oh, really?
And his grandkids are also in US. So he connects amazingly with the kids. And another thing which I would like to mention here is that in our summer camps, in any kind of workshop, we never teach, we just share. And from there, the kids learn themselves. So it's an experiential journey for them. So for the kids also, when we try to teach them, it's like giving them instruction, and none of the human being wants instruction, wants to be instructed, wants to be ordered, or mentioned. But when we share from our lives, they pick up. They are wise enough. We have to respect every human being with the kind of wisdom they are carrying. They're wise enough to pick up what they, really want to inculcate in their life. If we are being authentic in our sharing, which we are, if we are following our integrity, they are bound to pick it up. They're bound to get inspired. So that's what we do. So quickly going forward, as Swami sir said, we are really lagging behind. We also have Dilip Bonde sir with us, who will talk about that gadget is not only about gadget addiction. It's not about that kids are getting a slave towards that. We need to train the kids how to use gadget and not to get used by the gadget. So it's called gadget addiction, from power, from addiction to power. And he also trains the kids into using few very, very useful apps for their academic performance and overall growth. So he is as I mentioned, he was the senior vice president of Capgemini, and he has got huge experience of more than 35 years in the IT field and technology wizard, he can be told us. Apart from that, as I have already mentioned, the main thing is that we have this 2 hours course where for the first half an hour, my coaching on different subjects like gadget addiction, how to study smart, how to give respect to food, nutrition habits, and how to schedule your timetable wisely. Many subjects we will be covering. And the next 1.5 hours, one of our coaches will take over. In one day, we have only one coach. We do not divide it into several classes so that the kids are only touching and going. We don't believe in that. So that 1.5 hours is there. As Chandrankit said, a lot of parents have this query in their mind: how can a kid sit for 2 hours? Believe me, we give them the link at, here the class happens from 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. We start sharing the link at 3:40. From 3:41, kid starts logging in. And we have to really request them after 6:15 that it's done, you can go. So it's never about time. It's about how they're engaged. So, they don't, have the problem of timing. So these are the, topics that I cover in my coaching in the first half an hour. And just to give you a highlight, these are the life, these are the things we are going to cover in our skill camp out there. Quickly, I would like to share with you that there's a limited opportunity, as I told you, that we only take a few people in a group so that we can have full attention to each one of them personally also. So it's a 2-hour daily for 2 months. We are designing it, as Amarnath ji has specially requested, that we need to have a longer term engagement so the kids have more sessions with all the coaches. And we only will allow 25 seats with a special fees of $3.9 per hour, which brings up to only $390 for all the 2 months, including all the coaches, my coaching and everything. How to pay for it? Either you can pay on this number, which is, I think it's coming less than 3,900. It is coming as 29. So the fees is in rupees, in INR, it is 29,900. So if you're paying the fees, you need to pay right now in INR, because we are not having the other gateway open for us to receive the payment in dollars. Or you can pay by credit card. So this is InstaMojo. Please jot it down. You can. We are sending this link on the chat also. You can copy that. And you can pay by debit card or credit card. If you have USDT later, you can pay on the address which is given below, that is 9822268333. So you can ask for the address on this number 9822268333. You can ask for USDT address. Other than that, we have an option of paying by debit or credit card. It is wrongly mentioned, it is 30,900 as rupees. It is 29,900 only as per today's calculation. You can also follow me on YouTube channel. I have my own YouTube channel in the name of Anindita Garg, and we have our Facebook page and Insta page also. So I will just put this up by the time if you want to copy anything. And now the session formally is over. If you have any kind of question, please feel free to ask me. It has been mentioned in the chat box also, the link that is being shared with you. You can copy the link. And if you have any question, you're most welcome to ask, not only about the summer camp, about the subject which we have taken today as the Unstoppable You, not only as a question, if you want to share your experience about how you felt today. But before that, let me really thank you that being a very small group, I really enjoyed sharing my session with you, and you have given your full listening, which is not easy at this odd hour of the day. And thank you so much for being so patiently listening to me. Over to you, Amarnath.
Thank you very much, Anindita. Thank you very much. It was a very nice section.
Thank you so much, Amarnathji, for giving this golden opportunity. Here, I must share with you that he's a person who initiated this and who had felt that we can take it to the West Coast and we can have an opportunity to share this out here. So thanks from the bottom of our heart for giving us this opportunity. I'm very sure we are going to take it far and wide out there.
Yes, next Saturday, yes. So I'll talk to Sham. Yeah, we'll cut down the duration. We make it as 1 hour.
Yes.
But today we are like almost like 2 hours.
Yes.
So let us talk more about summer camp.
Make it very crisp and short, and we will.
Yes.
We started little late today also.
Oh yes.
And we were.
People are not patient. Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
So
do that,
we missed talking most